Next, plasma. The liquid matrix of the blood is also known as plasma. So the plasma consisting of 90 to 92% of water. Plasma consisting of 90 to 92% of water and 6 to 8% of solutes. The solutes they also includes plasma proteins, plasma proteins and nutrients, hormones, wastages, gases. These are the solutes which are present in the blood plasma. Coming to the plasma proteins. The plasma proteins are, that is, fibrinogen, prothrombin, The fibrinogen and the prothrombin, these are the proteins which are involved in blood coagulation. These proteins are involved in blood coagulation process. And some other plasma proteins are, that is, albumins and globulins. Coming to the albumins and globulins, these are the most abundant proteins. Albumins are most abundant, smallest protein present in serum of the blood. So the albumins, if there is a fall in the levels of albumin, there is a fall in the levels of albumin in blood vessels. So there is a fall in the levels of albumins in blood vessels that leads from the blood capillaries, some portion of the plasma, some amount of plasma and proteins. They also comes out from the blood capillaries and they also reaches to the intercellular spaces of the tissue. So these fluid, that is nothing but some amount of the plasma, they also leaks into the intercellular spaces of the tissues. That leads to the swelling of that particular tissue. That condition is also known as edema. That condition we can also call as edema. What is meant by edema? Some amount of the tissue fluid, they also leaks into the intercellular spaces of the tissue. Due to that, what will happen? That particular tissue, they undergoes swelling. That condition we can also known as edema. Next, coming to the globulins. So the globulins are divided into three types. One is called alpha globulin, and second one is beta globulin, and third one is gamma globulins. So the globulins are the proteins. These proteins, they are also synthesized in liver and lymphoid organs. Synthesized in liver and lymphoid organs. And the albumins are the proteins, they are synthesized in liver. Next, come to here the globulins. What are the major function of the globulins? What is the major function of the globulins? The main function of the globulins are they are majorly involved in defensive in function. Their main function is defensive in function. Mostly gamma globulins are involved in defensive in function. The gamma globulins are also called as antibodies, are also called as immunoglobulins. They are also called as immunoglobulins. These antibodies, they also fight against with the antigens which also enter into our body. Due to that, these globulins, they also defensive in function. Next, after that, coming to the formed elements. The second component which is present in the blood is formed elements. So these formed elements in the total volume of the blood, they also occupy 45%. In total volume of the blood. So the formed elements are RBC, or red blood corpuscles, and WBC, or there are also these RBC cells we can also call as erythrocytes, and WBC we can also call as white blood corpuscles, Next, coming to the blood platelets. The process of formation of blood cells, is known as hemopoiesis or hematopoiesis. The process of formation of blood cells is known as hemopoiesis or hematopoiesis. Next, during the embryonic stage, these hematopoiesis or hemopoiesis, they also takes place in yolk sac mesoderm. In the embryonic stage. So later the hemopoiesis, they also takes place in liver and spleen. That's why liver and spleen, the hemopoiesis or hematopoiesis process, they also takes place. So that's why the liver and spleen are also called as temporary hemopoietic tissues. Later the RBC cells, after the birth, now the RBC cells, they are produced in They also in red bone marrow. Red bone marrow. So later, after the birth, now the RBC cells they are produced in a red bone marrow. The red bone marrow, that is the site for hemopiesis or hematopiesis. Hemopiesis or hematopiesis. Next, coming to the, so normally next coming to RBC, erythrocytes are RBCs. Erythrocytes are RBCs. So erythrocytes, the RBC cells we can also call as erythrocytes. RBC we can also. Normally the members of RBC, So the normals of RBC are circular, and also biconcave, and also enucleated. So circular, biconcave, and also enucleated. In the case of camels and llamas, so the RBC cells are elliptical. So coming to the normally the shape of the RBC, that is the biconcave shape of RBC. So normally that is biconcave shape. Normally the diameter of this RBC, that is 7.6 micrometer in diameter. And coming to the in the middle, the thickness of the middle, in the middle there are also having the thickness of 0 to 0.8 micrometer in thickness. At the edges, that is width of the RBC, that is 2.6 micrometer in thickness. So width, that is thickness, that is 2.6 micrometer in width. Next, so coming to the surface to the volume, they also surface to the volume. The biconcave shape, they also provide the large area. That large area they also helpful for exchange of gases. The large surface area they also helpful for the exchange of gases. Next, the RBC in men, 1 cubic millimeter of the blood, 1 mm cube, 1 cubic meter of the blood, 1 cubic millimeter of the blood. They also having 5 million RBC cells, 5 million RBC. In the case of woman, there are 4.5 million RBC cells are present. In men, in 1 cubic millimeter of the blood, there are 5 million RBC cells also present. In women, there are 4.5 million RBC cells also present. Next, coming to the process of formation of RBC is also known as erythropoiesis. The process of formation of RBC is also known as erythropoiesis. Normally, this erythropoiesis process also takes place in bone marrow, red bone marrow. So, the decreased production of RBC, So, the decreased production of RBC. That condition is also known as the decreased production of RBC. That condition we can also known as anemia. That condition can also known as anemia. So, due to the decreasing the number of RBC, at the time the person is also suffered with anemia. So, in anemic patients, normally in order to compensate the problem or in order to compensate the problem of RBC, normally the kidneys, they also produces a hormone called erythropoietin. This hormone, they can also stimulate the bone marrow, and they can also stimulate the bone marrow. The bone marrow, they also produces a high number of RBC. They produce RBC. So erythropoietin stimulate the bone marrow. The bone marrow, they also produces RBCs. Like that, the RBC number, they also increases. So the decreased number of RBCs we can also call as erythrocytopenia. Erythrocytopenia. Next, the abnormal increase in RBC is also known as polycythemia. So next, coming to the polycythemia. So for the maturation of RBC, the vitamin B12 and vitamin K. So these two are helpful for vitamin K and vitamin B12. These vitamins, they are also helpful for the maturation of RBC. Next, coming to the RBC is covered by the plasma membrane. In the cytoplasm of RBC, they contains a chromoprotein called hemoglobin. Due to the presence of this hemoglobin, normally the RBC, they also appear red in color. So due to the presence of hemoglobin, now the RBC, they also appear red in color. So next, normally this hemoglobin, coming to the structure of hemoglobin, normally the hemoglobin there are 4 polypeptide chains, polypeptide chains, 4 polypeptide chains, and 4 heme groups are also present. 4 heme groups are also present. 4 heme groups are also present. Now we are also observing the structure of the hemoglobin. So there are in the structure of the hemoglobin. In the structure of the hemoglobin, there are the 4 polypeptide chains are also present. 1 alpha, 2 alpha chains, 2 alpha chains, and 2 beta chains. 2 beta chains. Alpha 1 and also alpha 2, beta 1 and beta 2, and each polypeptide chain. So in each polypeptide chain there are the 4 heme groups are also present. There are the 4 heme groups are also present. Four heme groups are also present. At the center of each heme group, Fe+2 is the central metal atom. Fe+2 in each heme group, the Fe+2, that is the central metal atom. For Fe+2, one oxygen molecule they also binds. One oxygen molecule it will binds to the central metal atom of the iron. Like this, the hemoglobin, one hemoglobin molecules, it can carry 4 oxygen molecules. 4 oxygen molecules. This is about the structure of hemoglobin. Normally the worn out RBCs, they also destroyed in spleen. The worn out RBC, they also destroyed in spleen. That's why the spleen is also known as, that is graveyard of RBC. So normally the lifespan of RBC, that is 120 days. Normally these RBC cells, they also lost the nucleus in the reticulocyte stage. Normally the RBCs, they also lost the nucleus at reticulocyte stage. Reticulocyte stage. In this stage, normally the RBC cells, they lost the nucleus. They lost the nucleus. So nucleus is lost. That's why the RBC cells are also called as enucleated. Next, coming to the WBC. So WBC, these WBC cells, white blood corpuscles, are also called as leukocytes. Coming to this, these are complete cells. They are having the nucleus. So nucleus is present. They are complete cells. Nucleus is present. The nucleus is also having the lobes. Nucleus is also having the lobes. Next, WBC cells, through the extra WBC cells, they are also showing a amoeboid movement. They shows amoeboid movement in extravascular areas. Extravascular areas. The movement which is shown by the WBC, the movement which is shown by the WBC cells is also known as diapedesis. Diapedesis. So normally in 1 cubic millimeter of the blood, in 1 mm³ of the blood, that is 1 cubic millimeter of the blood, they also having 6,000 to 10,000 WBC cells are also present. Next, the lifespan of WBC is 10 to 12 days. 10 to 12 days. So the slight increasing WBC is also known as leukocytosis. Leukocytosis is also known as leukocytosis. The process of formation of WBC is also known as leukophysis. Leukophysis. Formation of WBC. The process of formation of WBC is also known as leukophysis. The slight increasing in the number of WBC cells is also known as leukocytosis. The abnormal increasing in the abnormal. So when the slight increasing in WBC they also takes place during the allergic reactions. During the allergic reactions. During allergic reactions, the slight WBC, they also slight increase in WBC. The abnormal increasing WBC is also known as, it is also one type of cancer. This type of cancer is also known as leukemia. The abnormal increasing in WBC is a type of cancer. This cancer is also known as leukemia. So this is about the WBC cells, WBC complete cells. So these WBC cells, they can also in the amoeboid movement in extravascular areas. That movement is also known as diapedesis. In 1 cubic millimeter of the blood, there are 6,000 to 10,000 WBC are present. WBC, they also, the lifespan of WBC, that is 10 to 12 days. Slight increasing in WBC count is also known as leukocytosis. This number they also increases during the allergic reactions. The abnormal increasing in WBC is also known as one type of cancer, that is leukemia. Next, so the WBC cells, again they are divided into, WBC is again divided into two types.